Hi boys and girls, my name is Miss Joy and I'm with the Kiwanis Club of Baton Rouge. And there are Kiwanis clubs all over the world and they work with children and help children in their communities. Today, I wanted to read you one of my favorite stories. You might can guess what the story is about just by looking at my t-shirt. Kiwanis loves Pete the Cat. And just like you've watched a good movie over and over again, maybe you've seen Frozen more than one time, it's okay to read a good book again. And here's one of my favorite Pete the Cat stories. Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes. Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes. Here is the title page. Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes. The title page says the name of the book again. Here is a really pretty page that the illustrator did. I see Pete the Cat peeking down there. Look at all those cool shoes. This book has two title pages. You see the name of the book again. Pete the Cat, I love my white shoes. But this title page has the author's name. Story by Eric Litwin, known as Mr. Eric. The art by James Dean. He is the illustrator. Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes. We know this is a singing page because look at those musical notes. And Pete is playing a guitar. Oh no, Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Red! If you said red, kiss your brain. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Now, Miss Joy's going to ask that question again, and every time I ask, did Pete cry? I want you to stick up your pointy finger and shake it and say, goodness, no. And look at this page, there's a speech bubble, and Pete is thinking, everything is cool. He could be really upset, like, oh no, my shoes are red and they were white and now they're red. But he is the coolest cat. He just says, everything is cool. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. Oh, another singing page. Look at those notes. Oh, no. Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Blue. Did Pete cry? Get that pointy finger ready. Help me now. Goodness, no. And guess what? Here's Miss Joy's favorite speech bubble word. It says awesome. And you know what? I think Pete is saying awesome because he's like, hey, I'm blue. Now my shoes are blue. That is so awesome. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. What else is blue on this page? Can you look and see? Yes, the umbrella is blue. What else? The rain is blue. Great job. Oh no, Pete stepped in a large puddle of mud. What color did it turn his shoes? Brown. Wow, that's a bigger word than red and blue. It's longer. It goes all the way across the page. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. This speech bubble word says groovy. That means super cool. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. What do you think is in that cup that Pete is holding? Yes, it might be coffee. It's brown and it's hot. What else could it be if it's not coffee? Maybe something you put a marshmallow in on a cold winter day. It might be hot chocolate or hot cocoa. And there's something else that's brown and hot, and maybe the Queen drinks it in the afternoon. It might be tea. Might be hot tea. We really don't know, and Pete looks like a Kit Kat, so I'm not sure he's supposed to be drinking coffee. But if it's coffee, maybe he's taking it to his mother or his grandmother or his father or his grandfather. We really don't know. Oh no, Pete stepped in a bucket of water, and all the brown and all the blue and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again? White, but now they were wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. And look at this speech bubble. It says rock and roll. Do you know what instrument Pete is playing? It's not a guitar. The guitar looked like that. Does this look like a guitar? No, it's a little bit different. This is called a banjo. Can you say banjo? Let's say it 3 times so we can put it in our brain. Banjo, banjo, banjo. Miss Joy has a real banjo. When Pete played the banjo, he strummed the banjo and he went, rock and roll. And he was singing, I love my wet shoes, I love my wet shoes, I love my wet shoes. So this is a banjo, and this is how you strum the banjo. I love my wet shoes, I love my wet shoes, I love my wet shoes. Look at those words by his shoes. Squeak, squeak, squeak. That's what happens when you have wet shoes. They squeak. The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. Because it's all good. The end. Wasn't that the best story? Pete is the coolest cat ever. Let's say Pete the cat was playing dress up and he wanted to wear these shoes. What color are these shoes? You're right, they're purple. So if he was wearing these shoes, what song would he sing? Can you help me? I love my purple shoes. I love my purple shoes. I love my purple shoes. Let's say Pete was wearing these shoes. What color are these shoes? They're the same color as a dime, the same color as my earrings. Does anybody know what color these are? Silver. What would Pete sing if he was wearing these shoes? I love my silver shoes. I love my silver shoes. I love my silver shoes. Let's say Pete was wearing these shoes. They look like an animal. Do you know what animal these look like? A tiger. What would Pete sing if he was wearing these shoes? I love my tiger shoes. I love my tiger shoes. I love my tiger shoes. Now I want you to design Pete his very own shoes. And here is a paper that you can color however you want. It can be different colors, it can have stripes, it can have circles, it can have Hello Kitty, it can have Spider-Man. You're gonna design Pete his own shoes, and then your grown-up will help you write the word in the blank, and then you will have, I love my blank shoes. Let's say Miss Joy colored hers like a rainbow. My sentence would say, I love my rainbow shoes. If you want, you can even color more than one and make your own book. If you're in kindergarten, you might try to find some Oreo words in your Pete the Cat book. And you might be wondering, what is an Oreo word? Well, what happens when you take an Oreo cookie and you twist it and open it? It's in 2 pieces. So an Oreo word is a word that is only 2 letters. I want you to look through your Pete the Cat book if you have one. If you don't, you can replay the video and look at the words in the Pete the Cat story that I just read you and try to find the Oreo words in the Pete the Cat book. And then I want you to write down on this side all the Oreo words you find in your Pete the Cat story. And on this side, you can write down any other Oreo words that you might know. And if you want to, you can make your own Oreo words to leave in your room and help you spell or write. Another fun activity you might like to do is color Pete the Cat on these 2 pages. Look at the word in the speech bubble, and then you have to color Pete's shoes the correct color to match the speech bubble that was in the story. And then when you're finished coloring those 2 pages, you can color Pete the Cat and color his shoes however you want and make up your own cool words that Pete the Cat might say. I hope you enjoyed the story of Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes, and you can find the attachment of the activities below.